Hey guys, if you're enjoying the show and listening to us talk about what needs to be said in surfing, then please do us a favour and chuck us a follow wherever you get your podcast fix.
You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and all the rest. The best part about it, it's going to cost you absolutely nothing. That way we can keep bringing you the goods. You can also find some of our stuff on Instagram and TikTok where we throw up some extras. So please tune into those.
Our handle on that is @the Podcast. And once again, thanks for listening. Enjoy the show.
Would you rather fart in an Uber or have the Uber driver fart? Both very uncomfortable scenarios, but which one would you pick?
Oh, that's tough. I'd probably just out of like my Pommy heritage would come in there and I'd probably just be the one that cops it and just doesn't say anything because I'd be too polite. I wouldn't want to say anything. And I wouldn't feel great about doing that to someone. So
I disagree.
You'd rather fart
Because whenever I'm in an Uber, I'm usually in a place I'm not home. So because we have like 2 Uber drivers in a 100-kilometer radius here in Lennox Head. And 2, it's usually I'm Ubering to somewhere because I'm on the beers.
Yeah.
So you could just cloak it in the darkness of I'm maggot. Don't worry about me. I'm just a little bit of a pop-off.
The first reason you gave is almost like you get off on doing it. Like it's like, I don't go in Ubers very often, so I like to save it up and I like to wait for the Uber driver.
I fart in a jar at home, wait for the poor Uber driver to turn up and go,
you're a sick puppy, mate.
Blow it around and remember. Anyway, well, I just thought I'd ask that. It's a pretty tough question.
Yeah, look,
smelling someone else's fart is it's tragic.
It's horrific, but I'd rather that and just play it off and be polite, and you can just put a window down if you have to. Although that could be worse. They know they farted and you'll put a window down.
If you're tapping old man on the shoulder after asking him if he's been busy and you go, bud, can we just roll the window down? That's like it's either I've got extreme BO or I've just shat myself. So there's no good scenario to come of the windows going down.
Nah. And he'd know exactly what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. Well, even there would be that moment of like, why does he want the window? Oh, and then boom, he knows what's going on. So,
but are you suggesting that he doesn't know he's farted? Is that what you...
Oh, if we're going that way.
Yeah.
Nah, you got to call him out. It's be like, did you shoot yourself?
Nah, that's not with you.
But make him feel okay. But look, man, we all do it. But just give us a little bit of a heads up next time.
It's not within me. I can't, mate.
It is an awkward conversation. But I've been asked this question a little bit lately out in the wild, and it's been mixed results.
Glad to see you've been doing some research on something.
Good question.
Yeah. I don't know how you segue from that into the merch that we're currently wearing, but I'll do a very sloppy one.
Do it.
And yeah, if you're watching on the YouTube, you'll see some new items that we've got.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Largo podcast merch has arrived and it's looking incredibly good. Big shout out to Heavy Press. Yeah. So that's Rushy and Tommy Cole. They just got a unreal little setup at Chindra there. They've done a stellar job. They really helped us out, like choosing the blank, choosing what to do, colours and all that kind of stuff. We gave them a concept, but we're two dipshits who don't know anything about clothing and anything like that. And they've kind of steered us and said, this is what, the people, they've kind of given us like analytics as well. Like people are loving this fit, people are loving this type.
Yeah.
So we've kind of trusted them and I'm glad we have because we're wearing it right now. It looks and feels good. So that'll be coming very soon. Hey, we're just building that website now.
Yeah, I've been tapping away at the keyboard today and creating first website I've ever done. So fingers crossed it all works and we don't have any dramas on drop day. We don't know when that'll be. Probably sometime the next week, but we'll make it very very apparent on our socials. And yeah, like I said, the lads at Heavy Press really sorted us. We spent a bit extra just to get these things high quality.
Yeah, for sure.
They're like the tees and the hats are phenomenal. They're really good. We wanted to go with an Australian printing and embroidery company, and those guys really helped us out with, like you said, the blanks. We got some really sick blanks in the hats and the tees. So we've got a camo and orange logo hat, which is probably my personal favorite. Zach's wearing that. Went with the sleek, simple brown or chocolate brown and white logo on the other hat. And then we've got 2 tees. We've got a black and orange logo and a white and, what would you call that? Indigo?
Violet?
Indigo?
Lavender. Sorry, lavender.
Purple. Which we can't, I might have even said this on a previous episode
I
of the
think
pod.
you did, and I fact-checked this. I'm not sure if it's true.
Apparently it's true. Cadbury supposedly owns the colour, like you can't call your product purple. Has to be a variant of that colour. Zach's on the 1s and 2s right now, but we
Are
currently
you going to love this?
what?
The first word in the AOR review says no.
What does it say?
Does Cadbury own the colour purple? Cadbury does not own the colour purple. They have only managed to gain some limited trademark protection for a specific shade of the purple. It's Pantone 2685C. Lucky we use 2685 on the shirt.
Yeah.
In certain territories and in particular chocolate products, but not for all uses of purple. So you're kind of right. I'll give you half
I've
a
learned.
point.
No, who told me this? It was I believe it was the ABC channel, Gruen, maybe.
Oh yeah. Gruen, believe it or not, or whatever it was.
Gruen Summoner Up. It's like a marketing.
Gruen project.
Yeah. Like a marketing. So I've taken my advice off them. I think they're right to an extent, but that means we can call this purple. So it's white and purple, everyone.
I'm still happy with the lavender, but anyway, the feel of this thing is insanely good. This blank is new to the market as well, so we got pretty lucky there that we've swooped in at this time, and there's not many t-shirts that are similar out there in the wild. So when they're live, you'll most certainly know about it. But yeah,
and you'll have to be quick as well, because when I say this is a limited drop, I don't think you could get much more limited than what we got in terms of stock numbers. So
yeah, we don't have a warehouse out the back that's 4 kilometers long like a Tesla factory. It's there was a couple boxes, so make sure that you are alive and well when we do launch this thing, because it's not going to hang around
first in best dressed, essentially.
for sure. Yep.
But yeah, that's the merch plug. So we're pretty excited about this. It didn't actually take that long. It came around really quickly. They were really quick about it, and
That's about everything in this podcast. We've been going for what, 9 months, Finley?
Yeah, it's crazy, huh?
9 months.
I think this is episode 40, which is insane to think about. 40 episodes.
We might as well plug the people then. Thank you to the people listening, because
Thanks for hanging around, and the numbers are still growing, which means you're still listening.
Yep.
Which is good. It means we haven't lost you yet, which is
haven't
great.
pissed you off yet. We'll keep trying to piss everyone off.
But yeah, no, it's been a journey. It's been sick. We're still loving it, so that's always a good sign. We don't hate each other yet. Although there's been moments, but
I have no doubt Finley stares at his phone after I text him on certain topics, and he just wants to bang his head against the wall. But that's what happens when you go into business with anyone, really.
Yeah. You just got to have your 5 minutes, and you come back, and it's all good.
I need 10 sometimes.
But yeah, anyway, moving on from there. That's the merch done.
Merch is done.
Coming to you
soon.
What's been happening with you?
I'm fighting a demon at the moment.
What's that?
I've got one of the dreaded ingrown toenails. You know those when you're sick and all you can think about is when you weren't sick?
Yeah.
You just appreciate being able to use both nostrils.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I walk around now, I'm like, I remember the days way back.
Can I guess? Is it left foot?
No, it's right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I get from surfing, I get it on the outside of my back foot.
Yeah, it's so powerful.
Well, no, it's just from, I don't know why, it's just from standing on it.
From Powerhouse.
It's not, because that makes zero sense.
I know, but it's just, it happens. So yeah, I'm just fighting that demon at the moment. It's nice and red, and it's one of those ones when
Did you cut a V in it?
I'm still trying to find out if that's real.
It's real, but I thought, like, I've got a few mates that also, Eli Carr in particular. I remember one time I said that to him and he semi blew off at me because he's like, yes, I've tried that. But he's one of the guys that has to, like, get it surgically cut out. each.
Yeah, I've never
practice.
had to have that. My brothers had to have that, but it's red and pussy. I'll tell you that.
Oh, gross. Yeah.
Yeah.
The V does work. It's pulled me back from the brink a few times.
Yeah, the problem is the way I get into these scenarios is by pulling the toenail off. So there's nothing to V into unless you're chopping into my skin. So it's just completely self-inflicted. They come around once in a blue moon. But yeah, I'm just fighting that. What about you? What's the latest?
Who cuts your toenails? Does your fiance cut your toenails?
Fuck no.
Okay.
I picked them off, which it
That's
annoys the shit out of her because she'll do some general cleaning and there might be a little moments and...
Oh, you don't leave them behind the back of the lounge, do you?
No.
You definitely do, you sick puppy. No, I don't. When you're hoovering and you just hear him,
No, because I've got, I look like I've got the fingernails of the most anxious man on earth. They look like stubs.
Yeah. We're both nail biters.
Yeah, my fingernails are a representation of a brain that does not stop. Just keeps going. So, yeah. Biting and picking is one of my flaws, I'd call it.
It's not a flaw, mate. It's fine. I do the same.
Well, if you look at like that one, that's a bit almost bloody. So I wouldn't say it's not great.
Yeah, look, it's not a good habit, but I can't criticize you for it because I also do the same.
I've tried to look at ways to get out of it, and the number one thing that I keep finding is hypnotism.
Can we do a live hypnosis on the podcast of you?
Like, I'm the least spiritual or herbal remedy. Let's just say I'm not into all those kinds of things. I don't know what category that would fall under, but like
sort of
alternative
medicine
treatments.
Yeah.
But I'm at the point where I'm like, just go give it a go.
Is that right?
He or she might hate me because I'm like, come on, mate. Like, I'm not asleep here. But it's like, you can literally Google it. Most things are like, I went and got hypnotized and it worked.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about worth a try. Mum used to get me like varnish that tastes really bad.
Oh, don't start me.
I used to have that when I was a kid, but
yeah, I tried that once.
Yeah.
Got a pizza. Fucked my pizza. So 1, didn't stop chewing my nails. 2, I spent $40 on pizza I didn't get to eat.
Right.
So never, ever am I going that way. I'd rather wear Band-Aids on my fingers like a real spurgy kid.
Yeah.
Than do the tasting shitty stuff.
Yeah, true. Shout out to Macca's, by the way, who completely butchered my Big Mac today. I won't even say it's bad what they did, but I don't really want to criticize them publicly.
I don't think they're gonna worry.
They won't, but it was not good.
There's a complete Netflix series about them, so I don't think they're gonna worry about the Largo podcast saying you didn't like a burger.
Put it this way, I threw the Big Mac out. I didn't eat it.
What was wrong with it?
No, it feels wrong to say. It was like no one like.
You're too nice. Fucking, it's a huge multi-conglomerate fucking business. They're not gonna care.
There was a dusty hair in it, but like not even.
Can you explain the dusty
like
hair?
Hair, and it had dust on the hair. I won't say which. Did I say which Macca's?
No,
I didn't say like which.
You should say it's fucking Macca's.
I'm bleeping that out. I don't want it to come back to. I'm happy to say Macca's as a whole. I'm not going to say which establishment it was. Anyway, besides the point, I opened the box. It wasn't even in the burger. It was just on the side. So I just threw the burger out. But I got a mega meal, so I'd actually eaten quite a bit. Kit Kat frappe also available at Macca's. So good, but like really good. The straw gets full of Kit Kat pieces though, so you have to have a couple of straws. It's a 2-straw job if you're nailing one.
Oh, I can't wait. Sign me up.
You'll have to get one after the pod. Anyway, there's a lot of fluff here.
Should we get into it?
Let's do some surfing. As we sort of advertise on our Instagram, this is going to be a surfer by surfer review of not everyone. The people who fell off on the cut won't be included in this because we feel they've already had enough.
We spoke about them 4 months ago anyway. Well, 2 months, 3 months ago.
Yeah. So we'll skip those guys. But we're going to go from surfer number 22 all the way down to number 1.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some stats on each.
Yep.
We've got some thoughts, and we're going to just basically give them, did they excel? Did they pass or did they underachieve this year
Mm-hmm.
for each surfer? And the first one off the blocks is Alejo
Muniz. He did so well. I semi-forgot he was there, Finley.
He popped up at one stage just to ensure he stayed on tour next year, and then quickly receded back into obscurity afterwards. This year he had 5 heat wins. He had an average heat score of 10.22, so just better than average. His best result, like I touched on before, was a 3rd place at Burleigh. And this is where we sort of separate into, we go, did they improve on the previous season? And what is their mark for this year?
So to improve on his previous season, it's a bit like your Dusty Burger. We had to dust off the archival WSL. I don't even think it was on WSL. I had to go onto some dark web website to find out when he actually surfed on tour last, and it was 2016, almost a decade ago, that he was actually had a full run on the tour. In 2018, he did get a run, but he was a wild card for just one event, so technically it does come up that he surfed in 2018, but it was only one event. So he's had 10 years between drinks, almost 10 years between drinks, and he is underachieved.
He's underachieved.
He didn't go as well as his previous year.
Yeah. So look, for me, I read into this slightly different. So I didn't go back to 2016. I just went, and this is the only real guy that this really happened to. I just went to his previous year on the Challenger Series, and I thought for him, he's been around the traps for, like I said, like the best part of a decade, trying to get back on tour.
He made the QS scene when it was 2008.
Yeah. So 2008, he's
nearly 20 years ago.
In like
17-ish. 16.
Kelly was still winning world titles when he was like just starting to do the QS.
What were we fucking doing in 2008?
We were
I was in the kindy was 2004.
I wouldn't have even been surfing yet, I don't think. I would have been 8 or 9. I didn't think I started surfing until I was like 10 or 11. So no idea really. But yeah, for him, that I've given him a pass mark, and I've said he's improved because he managed to get from the Challenger onto the tour. So I've just said he's improved. Yes.
That sounds like a participation ribbon, like a athletics carnival.
Well, look, Alejo Muniz, I don't know how. Like, I think it's really good he stayed on. To be fair.
Oh, I was blown away.
Yeah, like I think it's from how he started. Like I think it's a miracle he's still on tour for next year. So I'm happy to give him a pass mark because I thought he would have been one of the ones that's
still on tour, but like narrowly.
He's the last guy to make it.
Nonetheless, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters, and I've thrown him a pass mark. Run us through Seth Moniz.
Seth, yeah, this one semi-surprising. Like he does surf really good, but always down south, we'll call it, of the rankings. So yeah, Seth, same as Alejo, only 5 heat wins and only slightly better on the average heat score at 10.44. And his best result was a string of 9ths.
Right. Look, not great from Seth this year at all.
No, there was just none of those. There was 1 or 2 wow moments in early rounds, but they never even eventuated to a really good event.
Nah.
Win or, quarters onwards.
Yeah.
It was always just the 9th. So, yeah, I don't know. Seth's been on tour for a few years now too. Like, kind of still feels like he's in that rookie class at times.
Yeah.
But he's actually been on there for almost 4 or 5 years, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So, look, I hope 2026 is better for him because he's ready for a charge. Maybe like what Yago's been doing. Like those first 4 years for Yago were pretty lackluster and didn't really have any. It had moments, no doubt,
for sure.
But wasn't until this year until you saw a completely different side of Yago.
Yeah.
So maybe Seth's bottling it up and ready for a charge next year. Who knows? But yeah, this year he didn't get a better result than last year. So last year he was 19th.
Mm-hmm.
This year he's 21st. So I've put him down as underachieved.
Yep. I kind of mimic your sentiments there. The interesting thing about Seth is that the 2 events that you'd really expect him to blow up in and register a really good result are Pipe and Chopes. they're probably his two strong points on the
Mm.
tour. He got a 9th at Pipe and he got a 17th at Chopes. So for him, they kind of bookended his year. Could have been two events where he got himself up into that sort of top 15 and basically cemented a better year for himself on tour. But just given those lackluster results at each of those locations, like ninths are fine throughout the year, especially for him. He's not really challenging for a title. They're sweet. They'll keep you on tour. But for him to elevate himself up the rankings, he's really got to, those venues that he's really strong at, your bigger wave spots, the barreling locations, he's got to convert there. Otherwise, it's going to be more sort of results around the 20th mark for him each year, and maybe even struggling to stay on tour. So for that reason, yeah, I'm going to say he underachieved this year also. 20th spot, Rio Wader. So he had slightly better 6 heat wins compared to 5 on the other two. Very, very marginally better average heat score at 10.48. His best result, and I actually even forgot this happened, was a 2nd place at Abu Dhabi in the wave pool, which, like, given where he's at on the rankings, really saved his bacon this year, because if he didn't have that, he almost certainly would have dropped off tour.
100%.
Like, and even for him, like, a 2nd place early on in the year pretty much guarantees that you'll be there next year. Like, you'd have to be pretty unlucky to fall off.
A 1st and a 2nd for sure.
Yeah. Maybe like he probably, what did he couple that with? He had a 2nd and then he went straight into a 5th place. So like those two results.
Those two alone are enough to he would have been pretty high up on the rankings for a good amount of that first half of the year.
100%.
And then, the wheels fell off for Rio. I'm shocked, to be honest.
Yeah.
Last year, he finished 9th in the world.
Yeah.
So then to be 20th, it's a long way. That's like snakes and ladders, that thing. Just hit a fucking snake and just straight back down.
Seriously.
So Rio Wada, God, I love him, but man, he needs to find a ladder next year.
He does. He really does. And like, you think after that those two strong results to begin the year, maybe it did the opposite and he took his foot off the pedal slightly and went, I'm sweet. But after the 5th place result, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive 17th place finishes.
Ooh, I've just put 2 and 2 together. Rio's demise was Griffin's opportunity to
potentially
capitalize.
It kind of correlates towards the back end of the season. There's a couple lackluster results though, even in the first half. But yeah, for me, Rio, he's a much better surfer than where he finished up this year.
It didn't look well put together this year for Rio. I feel for him because it must be hard, but he is someone that's so dedicated.
Yeah.
He's not fluffing around. He's not, in the wrong crowds. He's doing everything right. He trains hard. He's pretty spiritual. Well, it looks like he is. So to go from 9th to 20th, huge kick in the nuts.
Yeah, that's an underachieve for me.
That's an underachieve. Who we got next?
Our Mexican friend, Al Cleland Jr.
Yeah,
7-8 wins. Well, a much better average heat total though, and that was marked by his string of results, which I'll get to. So he had 11.47 as his average heat total. He had 6 9th place finishes though. Like, that's crazy to think about. Like,
that's real good.
He was consistent, and for him, 19th position's obviously not great. And to be fair, until I looked at these results and started making this document, I actually thought he'd had a much better year results wise. It seemed like he was always the talk of each event, like, oh, Al Cleland's having another screamer, but it never actually resulted in more than a 9th place.
I think it had the highest of highs and the lowest of lows.
Yeah, well, look, 9th place is, as we've touched on, will get you somewhere, and it was enough for him to stay on tour. Obviously, previously he was on the Challenger. This is his first year on tour, so there's no real improvement to be made there, although getting on tour, you would say, is an improvement anyway. I'm going to throw him a pass mark for this year, and I actually written down he excelled this year, because from my memory, there was always highlight reels being posted of him, like another huge score for Al Cleland. Oh, he's beaten this person, and then it's not until you sort of look at the results and go, yeah, like maybe he did get some solid heat wins at times, but like you probably, I think it's unfair to Al to call that more than an excel or more than a pass. Sorry, if you just say he excelled and got 19th, I think his surfing this year was probably stronger than that. So I'm going to give him a pass.
Yep, I went a pass as well. Was a rookie on tour. Might I add, almost got rookie of the year.
Yeah.
So he was runner-up to that, although that means nothing. It's one, the winner takes all in that.
Yeah, and not to be fair as well, not a sort of highly achieving rookie class this year.
No, it wasn't. It was underwhelming. I would call
Underwhelming, and like not because of the talent. The talent's there, but just in terms of where they finished up. Because
a lot of them got pipped out early.
yeah.
Which you kind of expect, but if we rewind 9 months when we first started this puppy, man, like you look at the rookie class going, these guys are gonna fucking tear these old bastards a new one.
Mm-hmm.
And they still can, but it just didn't eventuate.
Yeah.
They were just, look, I've been harping on about it all year. It just comes down to experience in heats.
Yeah.
Like everyone knows it's no secret. The best surfer doesn't always win.
Yeah.
Sometimes the smartest surfer does. Sits over there, he's been studying the ocean or knows that this person's going to do that and whatnot. The Kelly mind games come out. So I think that's what happened there. But in regards to Al, I think anyone who is a rookie that makes the cut,
It's a decent result.
Great result.
Yeah.
Great result. Like everyone's kind of thinking that the first year on tour is always going to be rough. So anyone that's mid-pack above, I would take my hat off to and say that they've done really well.
Yeah.
So a 19th, I'd be happy if I was Al.
Yeah, it's a pass. It's a pass all day.
He deserves a few beers.
He does. I'm sure he's had a few.
So he's in Indo at the moment.
Yeah,
Everyone's in Indo, eh?
He's had more than
on fucking island time.
Yeah, he'd have had more than a few beers then, I imagine.
They'd be on the island brews. No more bintangs, thank fuck.
No. Well, actually, he must have been. He podiumed, but he didn't actually get runner-up to Rookie of the Year because this next guy would have got runner-up, Joel Vaughan.
One thing he did get, Al got over Joel, was heat wins. So interestingly, you'd think as we make it down the list, the heat wins would only go up.
Yeah.
But in this case, Joel Vaughan got less heat wins than Al.
Yeah.
And a smaller average heat total. So you'd have to think, did Al get semi-robbed here?
No, so what that would mean would be Al Cleland finishes 19th, Joel Vaughan finishes 18th. Who's the next guy we're looking at? So Joel has just made more heats into the draw. So he's gone further into an event than Al at any stage. But in the events around that, he's fallen out of the draw earlier.
You have to say then that's a result of perhaps getting an easier heat, right?
Well, no, it just means that he got a 5th place at Trestles. So that was his best result for this year, which would have meant that his scores around his event finishes around that probably they if you average them all together, it's just slightly higher in terms of points. Al had 6 ninths, which is great, but Joel's come up with a 5th place, which has given him the extra to get in front.
I like it.
Yeah.
I was clearly good at maths at school. So yeah, Jolly Vaughan at number 18, 6 heat wins, 10.33 average heat score, and as you just alluded to, a 5th place at Trestles, one of the standouts of that event. He was looking on fire in that one.
He's looking good. I think I even picked him as a schmoky in that event, which was pretty good by me. He was a rookie this year, sorry, so he didn't qualify until the 2025 season. So no real improvement there, but obviously graduates to the CT. I'm going to throw out that he actually underachieved this year, though.
I was about to say an underachiever.
I have such high raps on this bloke.
Based upon that event in Irasira on the Challenger Series last year, oh my God, looks so good. Really displaying surfing. Like he went to the air a lot.
Yep.
I don't think we saw much of it.
I think it maybe was just a bit of first year syndrome and gets on. Maybe doesn't give it 100% of what he's got, maybe just trying to surf to survive. And when you find yourself back in the rankings like he is, there probably would have been moments where he's going, oh, maybe I'll fall off this year.
Yeah.
So for him to just requalify, get that year of experience under his belt, move on into next year, I think we'll see him be better for the run, and I think he'll come out and improve on that next year.
Yep. Could be an Ethan Ewing thing.
Potentially could skyrocket right up the top.
Absolute melt in the first year.
Yeah.
Came back the next year, and ever since then he's been top 10 at least.
Yeah, probably the only time.
5, really.
Yeah, probably the only time I've seen Ethan angry was at Snapper that year. I think maybe versus Stewie, and he was like,
Stewie dusted him.
Stewie cooked him, and I think I think the first wave he rode was like an 8 or something.
And it went downhill.
And he just
hit a snake.
Yeah, and he just had a shocker after that, and
SKX mowing just mopped everyone. Got third that event.
yeah, was that the same year?
I think so. He's only
It
done.
was around there.
He only did one lap. SKX.
Anyway,
Grab rail reverse king.
Stewie just mowed everyone down.
Dude.
But yeah, look, maybe we will see the Ethan effect, and he'll come back stronger next year. I'm tipping him to 17th place, Jachanka.
I'm shocked it's there.
Yeah, it's a shocking. Like, obviously the tour's it's all been said and done, and we've crowned our world champion. But it's kind of cool to go back and look at the rankings and go, oh, like, didn't expect that from this person, and this was one of those guys.
At Chopu, he was a standout, and I caught up with Stace in the office, and I said, look, who was like the best? And I don't want to know, like, obviously when the cameras are off, like, just tell me from start to finish, event, who was the best. And he was listed in about 3 people.
Yeah.
So maybe we've just got that hype because that event was only 6 to 8 weeks ago. Maybe we've just kind of forgotten about all the shittier moments for Jiao throughout the year. But when I saw Jiao 17th, I was like, I thought he was like an 8th or a 9th or something. But it was a pretty slow year for Jiao.
It's a tough year for him, and we keep badgering on about how he's had some shockers, like versing guys that he puts up 18 points, but the other guy gets 19 points. He's had a few of those over the years, and I don't really think that was the tale of this year for him. I think he maybe just had a sleepy one. Only really managed 9th this year as his best result.
Yep.
He didn't improve on his previous result. He had a year off. Like,
Was injured for majority of last year.
Yeah, so he
was on the tour.
Yeah.
Although it was more red on his points than there were points. So yeah, his proper year that we can refer back to is 2023. So he did not improve on his 2023 performance.
And is that the year he made the final 5?
Yes.
Yeah.
He got 4th.
Yeah, right. So look, you look at that, quite a decline from Jiao.
Yeah, that hurts.
But still there, and he's another one like Joel, who I think next year, not that he's a rookie, but I think come back from injury, get a year under his belt, and then start building from there.
I feel like Jiao's learnt a lot this year.
Yeah, I think so too.
Could be a scary fucking person to come up against next year.
Dangerous, especially with Fiji now added as a normal tour stop. So you've got 3 events there where he can do, like, you got Pipe, Chopes, and Fiji, all events where he can win. So yeah, he just needs the planets to align, and I'm gonna go out and quite easily say he underachieved this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, knowing what we know now, he's underachieved. So I think, like what I was just saying, Finley, we might have just have him at the forefront of our mind of what he was doing at Chopes and whatnot. It was pretty legendary shit. So
bit of recency bias.
Yeah. Oh, great little word combo there. A little mixed spicy.
No, it'll get you recency bias, and you gotta look out for it. Besides that, effort at Chopes, which he only got a 9th place. Sorry.
This is MVP.
He was
really
launching himself on big waves. So
a 9th place. That's the best 9th place ever.
Yeah, for sure. Most like hard-working 9th place of all time.
Number 16, Finley. Fuck me, mate. I would have eaten my hat. I would have eaten my hat, your hat, and the person listening's hat if you were to tell me that Marco Mignot would be 16th in the world on his rookie debut.
And might add, rookie of the year. He's the guy who topped out
oh my lord,
Joel and Al for the prestigious rookie of the year title.
Interestingly, though, the average heat score, pretty average. Well, it's almost average. It's 10.90 compared to Al Cleland, who was at 19th. He had 11.47, and Jiao at 17th had 11.19. So to drop back down into the 10s is a bit weird.
But as well, I might add to that, as we know with averages, the more heat you surf, the more prone you are to it's harder to maintain a high average
For
if you
sure.
surf more heats. So
He could have come last with a heat, an average heat total of 17 if you only got to surf a couple heats.
if you surf, yeah, exactly right. So, say you have and this would never happen, but say you get like a perfect 20 in your round 1 heat, and then you get a 15 points in your round 2 heat, and your competitor gets, or your round 3 heat, sorry, and your competitor beats you with 16 points, your average heat total for that year would be 17.5 if you didn't surf another heat. So that would be
That's my plan.
yeah, just roll in, get 17.5 and roll out.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I wouldn't read too much into the average heat total there. I think he had a really exceptional year. Two fifth places, which doesn't sound amazing, but as a rookie, he got them in pretty cool fashion. One of which was beating Geordie Smith at his local at J-Bay, which not many people can say they've done.
Oh, that'll be a painted mural in his house, no doubt.
Yeah,
Just Geordie crying while Marco's like stepping on him.
yeah,
Like Geordie's like in fetal position crying, and Marco's got like his leg on him, like stepping up on him. I reckon that's a mural in his
What do you
house for
reckon?
sure.
He's using him as a footstep to.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Like Geordie's got his Red Bull hat on, and Marco's just like on top of him, like, yeah, and he's got like the sun, like the beams of sun, like Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon that's what's in Marco's bedroom.
Okay. Anyway, rookie of the year, he's excelled this year. That's my read on this. I'm going to say exceptional. So
Oh mate, he's fucking killed it. He made made me look like an absolute buffoon.
yeah, and to me,
which I'm okay with. That's all right.
he slapped you in the face, mate. And
He
and
did.
to me, to an extent as well. Like, I didn't think he'd probably requalify, and he's done it. So, well done to him, rookie of the year. You only get one chance at that, and he's nailed it. So good on him.
Can I just jump in with some?
Mm-hmm.
All this average heat scores just got me thinking.
Mm-hmm.
What was ours?
Hours
Yeah,
when
when we competed.
3.
Do you want to know your average
No,
heat
it's
score?
not, because what year is this from?
2023, 2024. What did you do last year?
I didn't do anything last year. I think I did a QS in 2023.
Yeah, Oakberry Tweed Coast Pro.
Yeah. Oh,
Defeated by Luke Hamilton. Oh my God, Lukey boy.
got me. And I think I had the highest score of the heat.
Your nickname's Toes. He's got
How's that?
fucking huge toes. He's a big lad anyway.
I think I had maybe the second highest score of the heat, and just couldn't. It was like solid, solid rights, really strong sweep. I had to do a run around midway through my heat, and I was so gassed. I'm so unfit. Got back out, and I didn't get it back up. But I think from memory, I don't even think I got 10.
So that year you finished 187th on the men's QS in 2022, 2023.
Yeah.
0 heat wins.
Great.
6.96 average heat score.
Whoa.
And I don't know what's going on here. I think you might have broken the website. It says average wave score 0.00. So it's impossible to
I
get.
don't think that's accurate, because I think I had, from memory, I think I had maybe 8 or 9 points, which isn't much better. But I think unless there's another QS in there, but I don't think I did any. I think I could.
So you finished 187th.
Yeah.
So in 2017 was the last time I did a comp.
Right.
I finished 693rd. 2 heat wins, so I got you there.
Yeah. Well,
But I feel like nothing I say after this will ever get me past the 693rd. Average heat score 11.44
there you go.
and average wave score 3.87.
No, there's a reason for that as well, because when you did your last QS, it was when they were all included, so it was global. Mine was
Global, yeah.
Australian.
My best result was my best result was in 2014. Fuck, I would have been young then. 577th.
Okay.
My best result was 9th.
Amazing.
We have some great names who beat me. Joe Van Dyke, Matty Job, Blaine Robinson, Jake Sharp.
Blaine Robinson's a crazy throwback.
Yeah, Carve. He used to be sponsored by Carve.
I've heard that name in ages. Anyway,
back to regular programming. Where are we at to again?
we got up to
Marco
the man
Migno.
Crosby Colapinto, 15th position, and I think this year was a pretty good one for him, given that he missed the first 2 events via injury, managed to come back and claw his way back on to the tour, onto the making the mid-year cut. Sorry, he by virtue of getting a 3rd place, he got that at was it Margie's, I believe. Well, no, he got a 3rd place at El Salvador, which really elevated him, and then he went on from there to get one at the Margaret River Pro just for the cut, which cemented him. And I think it was a result that he needed too.
That
by
was
the way,
Tail.
yeah,
He was on thin ice, and he pulled a rabbit out of the hat there. To get 2/3 before the cut and being injured and being out for 3 events is fucking a great feat.
100%, and to make the tour after that too, because he had a throwaway of, like, he had to count, a 265 point event, which is a last place, a 33rd. That is criminal, because you even just by making one heat there, you're getting like over an extra 1,000 points to your total. So for him to claw his way back, get those 2 third places, and manage to punch on for the back end of the tour.
They should just delete 33rds. They're not even worth anything.
You may as well get no points for that,
because 200 points, 200 and whatever points it is, like, very rarely is that getting you above the cut or below the cut. It's always going to be about 1,000, minimum 1,000.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, you need to be registering sort of sizable point numbers. Otherwise, like 265 isn't doing anything for you.
Nah, nothing.
So he doesn't improve on his previous year on the tour.
It doesn't matter, but does it?
Nah, with a 10th, I think you can safely put an asterisk next to Crosby here, because he ended up clawing his way back into it, finishing off the year really strongly. And you'd have to imagine, had he surfed those first 2 events, he probably even gets to that 10th mark, or at least around there. He's only got to climb an extra 5 spots, which he could very easily have done. But yeah, like the back end of the year, he had just 9th, and another 3rd at Chopes.
You'd have to think, like, being injured for the first 3 events, that 4th event, that 5th event, and 6th event before the cut, you'd have to think he's just there to cash it in. Just get a bit of coin and be like, look, I've been injured, I'm off, like, everything's all right, it wasn't my fault. I'm just here to experience and to cash a check. But to put all that aside and really charge hard, and to do what he has done, come from a very dark place to make the cut. Not even talking about being, what's he at 15th, just to make the cut. Yeah. Overachieved, in my opinion.
A mammoth effort. And I've gone excelled as well. I think he's done very well to put himself where he was this year. So
good on you, Crosby. Well done. Proud of you, mate.
In 14th spot, Jakey Marshall.
The Marshman.
So 13 heat wins. He had and to note as well, the difference in average heat scores, like, you can't really get any closer. I think Crosby had 11.67 and Jake had 11.69. So
0.02.
Yeah, very, very minimal difference there. He had, Jake in this instance, had 2 fifths, which allowed him to sort of get himself up into 14th spot. He didn't improve on his previous effort though. He finished 11th. Last year.
So technically underachieved if you put those two together, but to go from 11th to 14th, like, there's
not much in it. And he had
I'm not losing sleep over that.
He had some standout performances this year too. I remember one at Bells in particular where
I think it was a different Jake Marshall this year.
Yeah, there was a couple of heats there where he really stood out. So
last year just felt super rookie, and you get that, like, when someone's a rookie, you're not really painting him with the brush of he's going to be changing the sport forever. But this year it just looked so much more in form. Looked like he didn't have imposter syndrome at all. He looked like he belonged there. He's now Surfers rep as well. So I feel like he's just kind of solidifying his spot for a long-term career on the tour. Yeah,
he's going to be a stalwart, and I've thrown him a pass mark. I think he's done everything he needed to do this year. I probably would have liked to, based on a couple of his performances, give him that bit extra and say he excelled. But I think for him, I reckon he's got a little bit more growth in him, and I think a pass is suitable for this year.
Yep, I think a pass. I went underachieved just because he purely went worse than last year.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of room to grow there, and I'm sure he will.
Yeah. 13th spot, who you've written down as Miggy Poo Poo. Do you want to comment on that, or
what's wrong with that?
Well, you've
fucking birth name.
yeah, but you've written it actual poo poo.
That's how you say it in
It's not. It's Pupo.
Australian.
It's Pupo. And Miggy Pupo had an 11.08 average heat total.
Mm-hmm.
Back to your point earlier, he obviously a lower average heat total, but has a third place,
Just
counting
a
as his best
workhorse.
result. Yeah,
Tells me he's a workhorse.
yeah. So he's actually ahead of Jake Marshall based on that extra sort of round that he made to get the third place. Yes, that's an improvement for him, considering
Big
he
improvement.
was he was cut in 2024
Mm-hmm.
in horrific circumstances in Margaret River.
Do you know what it reminded me of?
What?
Deal or no deal when you get to the last case and it's fucking $4.
You got 200k in one, and there's 4 in yours, and you don't know, and you just go, yeah, no, I'm backing me number in, and you end
Couldn't
up
happen to a better bloke either.
Yeah, no. He what you mean? He should have fallen off, or you mean he's
No, like, do you know when just you see shit blokes get good things?
Yeah.
And then everyone goes, oh, nice things happens to nice people. It's like, this was just the pole opposite.
Yeah.
Just fucking everyone loves him. Everyone talks about him. And he's just such a genuine bloke and just gets pipped by a pubic hair at the end.
Yeah. But anyway, he fought back, got himself on the tour. Obviously, finished 13th. He's improved out of sight for me really this year. He killed it, and I've thrown him and excelled as my mark.
Oh, excelled. Yeah, I've just gone pass.
You've given him a pass, have you?
Yeah, fuck. He's man. I'm not gonna blow up, wind up his chimney. He's 13.
Okay. We start moving into the business end here.
Oh fuck! I love this bloke.
Connor O'Leary. Do you want to wrap him? Give us his stats.
I don't even want to fucking talk about his stats. It's just a genuine good bloke.
Yeah.
And I just put pass. He could have the worst year ever. I just put pass. So much bias in this.
Pass.
So much.
Mate, you think you're biased? You see what my evaluation of him.
Okay. So he didn't do as well as Miggy in regards to heat wins. He got one less. He had 11.
Yeah.
But he beat Miggy in average heat score of 11.79 to Miggy's 11.08.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, he got the crown jewel at Jeffreys Bay. Iconic win.
First place.
Thunder Thighs gets the wind.
Yeah. Interesting to note as well, as we start moving into this back half of the rankings, Connor O'Leary has the 10th best average heat total for this year. So I went through and ordered them, and he ended up with the 10th best average heat, which is pretty cool for him.
It's not surprising.
Yeah, no, not at all. Yes, he improved.
Yep.
On his 2024 result.
He jumped 4 spots, 16th last year. And now he's at 12th. So
Now,
big old fat pass mark.
this ruined me trying to figure this out. Is that not 5 spots? Up into 11th?
No, you're asking the wrong bloke.
No, sorry.
telling this story
No,
today.
I was looking at Barron. No, you're absolutely correct. It was 4
I
spots.
was telling this story today. Whenever I was in maths at school, all I was doing was looking at the trees. And the reason I was looking at the trees was to decipher how far they're bending over with how windy it is and the likelihood of the surf being good.
Right.
Tree bent over lots, surf no good. Tree still, surf good.
Sure.
Fucking monkey in there, eh? But yeah, it works. It turns out I don't need a forecast. I just look at it's like those things. It's like when the rock's moving, windy. When the rock's wet, raining.
Yeah.
That's my brain.
The symbol monkey in your head just walking around
Yeah.
going,
Oh yeah. Yep.
so yeah, but you actually were right. It's 4 spots. He jumped up, so he's gone from 16th into 12th spot. And you threw him a pass. I've thrown him and excelled just based on the win. I think for him that was his major goal, and he achieved that this year. He's never really. I mean, he got the 2nd place at Fiji all those years ago, but since then hasn't really come close. And I think just based on the 1st place, that has a lot of merit in my mind, and I think it's worthy of an excel mark.
Well, speaking of that, he hasn't paid us our invoice for getting him that win because we did do a lot of heavy lifting in that win.
We're gonna have to have a word to him, I think.
Yeah.
Although he
remains unpaid.
He did provide us with some quality content that we did quite well with on Instagram.
Content doesn't pay the bills, so we got to chase him up.
Yeah.
Number 11, Baron Mamma Mia.
Ronnie B.
13 heat wins, 11.71 average heat total. What are your thoughts here, Finley?
think Barron first place at Pipe to start the year. So he goes into event 2 wearing the yellow jersey. Now, beyond that, we don't see an awful lot from Barron. He does get a third place though at where was that? Portugal. So he manages himself a third place. Lot of 17s in the mix there though as well.
There is an injury.
There's an injury, and to be fair, actually, I think that's unfair. I think that's unfair that I said we didn't see.
Play on words.
Yeah, we didn't see a lot because I'm looking at his results. There's a couple of third places in here as well, and there's also an injury in the 9th place round. So potentially that's another 5th.
Yep,
there.
Trestle's right.
Yeah. So all in all, from Barron, I've written him down as a pass mark, and that's again the first place at Pipe really set him up for a good year, and he seemed to fall away slightly as the year went on, just at those more high performance venues.
He's done that before too.
Yeah.
So I really hope he breaks that mold, because it's starting like 3 times you're out, in my opinion. You can't have 3 years of smashing it at these key locations and then just wiltering away into the abyss.
Yeah.
Although you did mention 3rd place at Portugal, right?
That's good. And he also had
a place that you would never pick him to do well at.
Unless it's pitting, really. But the other one was
correct me if I'm wrong, it wasn't really pitting. It was before the event, pumping.
Yeah.
But during the event, it was pretty shit. They went on hold for like 5 days because they got absolutely wiped off the face of the earth by a storm. Yeah. So I don't think it was that good.
And the other one was Margie's, which he did have a heat out the box, remember, which would have, that's an automatic progression for him. So you're chucking out the box.
I hate to be matched up to him, but yeah, so.
But look, I probably was a bit cruel to him before. I think I've given him a pass mark for this year, which I think stands, but probably given that he's backed it up, that win up with a couple of third places is good enough for me, I think. And obviously you'd probably like to see a few less 17s there. But
I just scratch my head because so many people like myself will, when it comes to fantasy time and the wave and the location, Pipe, Chopes, if you knew it was going to run the box, or even just Mark's main break, you'd throw him in there.
Yeah.
But then you go watch his video parts that he puts out just in the off season. You could put him down for all of them.
Seriously,
it just doesn't seem to resonate when he gets there in the Rashi. It just must be the Rashi curse. I don't know, but. Yeah, there's a lot of downtime between drinks there.
Yeah. What was your evaluation of him? You gone pass?
Underachieved.
Okay.
I just think with a first place, I guess someone's got to have a first and be the lowest, but I would like to think it's that single digit finish.
Well, to be fair, Connor had a first and finished lower than him.
True.
But I know what you mean. You start for the first event of the year, Connor first.
Connor didn't have a third either.
No, and like the first event of the year, you start with a first, like that's the perfect building block to base
snowball
off. You can either carry that, or you can do a Rio and do what he did and let it get to you. But
true,
I've gone a pass mark there for Barron. Number 10, we move into the top 10 now.
Top 10 is
Cole Houshman, 15 heat wins, just marginally better again than Barron. So Barron had 11.71, Cole had 11.73. Although he did carry that over two extra heat wins than Barron. His best result this year, first place at Rio.
Yep.
So really surprised a lot of people there, I think.
Second to Griff as well at, where was that?
Cole Houshman.
Brazil?
He got a third at El Salvador. The first place, though, was at Brazil.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry. That's probably what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
I swear they had 2 finals together.
Yeah. No, he had a third place where he had a final at Bells last year that he beat Griffin in. They've actually matched up a few times in the pointy end of the draw, but for him, he improved on his previous year's score, 15th, on his finish. Sorry, and I've thrown him down as he excelled this year. I think for him, the top 10 finish. If you told him that at the start of the year, he would have absolutely snapped your hand off at it. I don't know what you have to add there.
I think that's a good all round effort for Cole.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon that's a great year.
Yeah.
Like you said, improvement. So there's not much to really breakdown out of that Cole. I think that's just a great result. Looked like a different Cole this year too.
Yep.
Just looked more in form, looked more comfortable. So yeah, hats off to Cole.
Yep, sweet. 9th place, Leo Fioravanti.
I think this man is literally getting married like right now.
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
he'd be very, very close. Connor's over at his wedding in Italy.
Italy, yeah, but I think they've been in the Spanish islands enjoying themselves.
As you do.
Saw Cody Robbo over there, one of Leo's best mates. So yeah, good on Leo. Well done, sir.
Absolutely. So 15 heat wins, 13.19 heat total average, which is elite.
That's a big jump.
It's actually the 4th highest. So finished in 9th, but had the 4th highest average heat total for this year.
Didn't he have the highest average heat total for most of the year?
At one stage, he was right up the top.
That was like almost until the end.
It was, I think it was either first or second or so throughout the year at some point. Finishes with 4th, but 4th. Anything above, anything, if you're in the 13-point average heat total range, you are killing it. And for him, as we
7 and 6, right?
every heat,
Roughly.
and you're averaging that, there's going to be ones that are lower. So there's heats there where you're getting 16 points as well, So he's really, really killing it. And it goes back to the point that we always make. He is such a safe fantasy pick because he will go good anywhere. He's got such a good read on the ocean, and you throw him in anywhere and he'll get a result for you. So that is shown there by that average heat total. His best result was the 2nd place at Pipe to Barron, where I believe they drew and he lost on it.
Controversial one, that one.
Yeah.
Man, that had the crowd fuming.
Yeah, so he that would
Imagine if he did win, man, he would have got egged.
it might have been some issues there.
They probably just did it for his safety.
Seriously. Well, yeah, maybe they were looking out for him, but that would have been his first event win. So I think he would have probably rather copped a few stones to the head than not win. But
it would have been like the scene out of Game of Thrones when she's walking down the street just getting fucking tomatoed.
Are you a proponent of Game of Thrones? You watch it a lot, or?
Well, I watched it years ago when it was coming out, like in real time. It's first season, straight up porn. Great for a 19-year-old to watch in bed alone. That was interesting times in my bedroom. Yeah, no, great show. Unfortunately, they scaled back the nudity.
Oh, did they?
Turns out the actors didn't like it, so
you'd be spewing, mate.
Scale it back, but yep.
Back to Leo.
Back to Leo.
Finished 22nd last year, so just scraped in on the cut. For him, that's a what's that? 13 place jump from the previous year. That's huge. That's massive.
Yeah,
and probably right where he belongs as well, deservedly so.
Yeah, he's no longer that rookie.
No, and he wasn't a rookie last year, but he seemed like he gained a bit of confidence this year and started believing.
It takes a bit to shake that rookie cloak.
Yeah,
that people.
There's certain guys
with.
that's you may think a rookie, but they've actually been on tour for 2 or 3 years, and it just
like Miggy this year.
Well, he's been on tour for friggin' ages.
Yeah, but he's a rookie.
Oh, right. So you're throwing out the rookie claim for Miggy Poopo.
Well, anyone back on tour is still a rookie.
Right. Okay. I don't think that's accurate, but yeah. Look, 13. What's that? 13th place jump. I'm gonna say that's excelling.
Mate, that's incredible.
Yeah. Is that your ranking of him? What did you say?
Pass.
You're not throwing out any freebies here, are you?
Well, I just thought it was pass or no go.
Oh, right. So you didn't throw in any excels. Well, I'll
you created your own scale, and I was stuck it with mine. Pass or no pass.
Yeah.
So yeah, big pass.
I'm gonna say he excelled.
Oh, your boyfriend. I'm next.
Philippe Toledo. You read through his stats because
pretty impressive. He has 19 heat wins, so 4 more than Leo.
Yeah.
Interestingly though, well, it's not interesting after the stat you said before, a lower average heat total at 12.96.
But did surf 4 more heats or 4 more heats than Leo. So
yeah, cancel out then, I guess.
Okay.
First place at Burleigh.
Mm-hmm.
He did take down the bald eagle himself.
And not Kelly Slater.
No, another bald eagle, by the name of Julian Wilson, who rode mysteriously home on his e-bike. Didn't even celebrate, just gone and was home for supper.
Yes.
So yeah, Philippe, man, this was a roller coaster of a year for Philippe.
Yeah.
We dubbed him 2.0. I was almost going to throw a fucking 3.0. He got that bad at one point.
Yeah.
Got a participation ribbon at Chopu because he took off on a 10-foot bomb on the shoulder. So everyone was a bit like, yeah, was that good? I don't know. It was kind of a big wave. So most people had to be like, yeah, we'll give it to him. But yeah, weird year for Philippe Toledo.
Strange year. That 12.96 average heat total was actually 7th overall. Obviously, his last year on the tour was a first place finish, won the title. So for him, probably disappointing. I think I had aspirations of him being in the final 5. I didn't have him winning the final 5, mind you. I thought Cloudbreak probably wasn't going to be his go. But I mean, it just shows you the talent of this bloke, where I've thrown him an underachieved sort of mark there, and he's finished 8th in the world. So it just shows you the caliber that this guy's surfing is at.
Yeah, I think the year off has been detrimental rather than an improvement tactic.
Yeah.
To go from 1st to 8th is a bit of a drop.
It is for him especially. He would have maybe not had himself winning the title as well. Everyone obviously goes in backing themselves to win a world title every year, and if you don't, then I guess why are you there, really? But like, yeah, to not even make the final 5 would have been pretty bad for him, I think, and he would be spewing on that. Anyway, 7th place, Kanoa Garashi, 23 heat wins.
That's astronomical.
4 more than Philippe at 19. He maintained a 13-point heat average right the way through. So that was 6th place for highest heat average this year. 2nd place at Trestles and Bells. So really, really consistent year for him. Didn't even have an event win and still finished 7th. And right till the last event was well in contention for the top 5.
Fucking handed that over, didn't he?
He did. It is an improvement for him. He jumped, similar to Leo, jumped 11 places. So a really huge jump there for him from 17th the year before. And in my opinion, that's a really good year for Kanoa, and I've written down that he excelled this year.
Yeah, the safe to say that. I don't disagree at all with what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think I said it at the start of the year that he's just due.
He is.
He didn't quite get the cream on top, but he has a cake, just no frosting. He's
got a sponge cake with nothing.
It's got a bit of like frosting in the middle.
Right.
It's not this bland sponge. It's got the jam and a little bit of in the middle, but yeah, just forgot to put a little bit of cream on top.
Okay.
But nonetheless, 7th place in the world. Fuck, I think from this point onwards, you're cheering, right? Yeah, you're not.
I think so. Well,
everyone's pushing for a win, but fuck, 7th in the world sounds pretty good.
Pretty good. Although another guy that maybe you weren't so hot on in terms of their finish, I heard you saying previously to us recording. 6th place, Ethan Ewing, 20 heat wins, 13.17 heat total, 5th place overall. In terms of heat total, he had 3/3, so highly consistent all year. But didn't make the top 5 and didn't improve on his last year's finish with a 5th this year. A 5th last year and a 6th this year.
Ethan Ewing's the best surfer on tour with no real results to show it.
Yeah.
It's a weird.
Not even a final for it to show this year.
Yeah, it's just this weird world that we live in. You just, like, say someone watches his surfing and watches surfing broadly but doesn't follow WSL.
Yeah.
And you didn't know anything about results, you'd be like, that guy's the best surfer on tour.
Yeah.
You'd think he's got the same fucking history as Kelly Slater. It just hasn't happened yet, so I don't know. It's like a bittersweet year, I'd call it. Like, still so in form, electric, and just to be 6th, like, who am I to harp on saying 6th is underwhelming, but it just still feels underwhelming.
Yeah.
I don't know why. So I don't know if that was a roast or a prop him up. I don't know. It's a double-edged sword, that one. But yeah.
Well, if you're 5th and if you're 6th in the world and someone's saying that you haven't done overly well this year, then I feel like you should take that as a compliment, because
Yeah.
There's only a few spots you can go above that.
I have put down underachieved because he did drop a spot on last year.
Yeah, I've written down a pass mark for him this year. I didn't go as cruel as underachieved, but I think for him, just to say he excelled would be unfair to him again, because he'd really be wanting to push for that world title at the end of the year, and he wasn't there on finals day. So
I think I'm just marking Ethan against Ethan here, though.
Yeah.
When I say underachieved,
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things, he's done exceptionally well.
Yeah.
As mentioned, he is 6th in the world.
Yeah. So number 5, this is where we get to the really pointy end. So this is the people that surfed off the other week at Fiji.
Mm-hmm.
5th place, Jack Robinson. And aside from a very lackluster Fiji campaign where he looked like me surfing at Lenny's pub, which is not pretty, he had a really, really good year. 23 heat wins, 13.35 average heat total, 2nd in the world for that. So he had the 2nd highest average heat total. He had 2 first place, Bells and Chopes. And he actually didn't improve on his finish last year. He had a 4th last year and finished 5th this year.
Oh, well, that's potato, really.
It really is. And he was still there on finals day, which for him, I guess that's what he's aiming for now. I think anything less than a final 5 finish, although we don't have this system anymore, but even moving onwards, I think next year he'll be wanting to finish in that top 5 come end of year, even hoisting the world title trophy, really.
Yeah, back to what you were saying. What was the bias one before? Time bias, whatever the fuck is it?
Recency bias.
Recency
It's
bias.
like the opposite here.
It's like complete opposite.
Yeah.
We spoke about it throughout the year. He's shocked us because he's getting results at places like Barron. What I was alluding to, with Barron. He's getting results at places that you just wouldn't typically throw him at your number 1.
Yeah.
Bells Beach, that's a tricky wave. He's known for big barrels and big punts.
Mm-hmm.
Bells is not that.
Yeah. Doesn't
barrel, shitty punt section.
Yeah.
There isn't one. There is rarely a punt section.
Unless you're John, who seems to find him, but continue.
So yeah, he's becoming a very well-rounded surfer this year. He's displayed that. So yeah, I would say I've put underachieved, but I would like to change that to a pass.
Well, these are his results from this year. So wins Chopu at the end of the year, which many would have predicted and expected almost. But then you look at his results around that. So he had a 3rd place at Trestles, probably not his go, really. He has a 1st place at Bells, as you mentioned. So again, not somewhere where anyone really saw him going any good. And we even said that when we did the pod earlier in the year, like that was a really surprise result for us. He had a 5th place at Portugal. Again, neither here nor there on that one.
Oui.
And then also had a 3rd place in the wave pool, which
fucking hell.
It's like
that would have been paying so much money.
You would have got good value for that. So for Jack, I've gone for him a pass mark again, because I really think, like, had the waves been that good on finals day, like, he's every chance to take that title out. And it probably is a little bit of recency bias there. The inverse though than before, where we were left with such a sour taste in our mouth from that final heat that maybe it's tainted the rest of his year.
Absolute fucking Barry Crocodile, that thing.
Yeah, but look, I think he's kind of on the fence for me between like a pass and an excel, because that was an exceptional year for him.
Yeah. Like I said, at this point, where we're at, he's 5th. There's no one who has the audacity to say, tough year, bud.
Yeah, if you got rocks in
tough event, yeah, I'll cop that. But if someone said, just a tough year, wouldn't it? It'd be like, oh, mate, yeah, fucking living under a rock.
A good year, for sure. 4th place, Italo Ferreira.
Italo Ferreira, The man who drinks Red Bull like it's gone out of fashion, and what you alluded to is now his blood type.
Actually, scientists took a blood sample and it was 100% Red Bull. There was no blood in there at all.
Straight taurine.
Absolutely. So yeah, 25 heat wins, which is actually 2nd best on the entire tour. 13.25 heat total, 3rd place in that regard there. 1st place at Abu Dhabi was his best result.
That's a shock.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much won that in his sleep. Other than that, quite a consistent year for Italo, as shown by, like, you've got guys sitting up at Conor O'Leary first, with a 1st place at J-Bap at 12th. He's only got one win to show for his efforts this year.
Yep.
Which means the rest of his results around that have been really good. So, yeah, that was a decent year for Italo. Actually came second in the world last year. So, dropped 2 spots on that. But in saying that, I'm going to say he excelled this year for how I predicted he'd go. I didn't even have him making the top 5.
Yeah, that's huge. I had him making the top 5, so this is kind of just a
pass.
Yeah, I'm not happy nor sad. It was like, yeah, I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
The year was pretty standard for what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got to say on Italo, really.
Yeah.
I wish I had more. I wish I had some juicy shit to throw in there, but it's just Italo. He's so fucking good, and he's 4th in the world.
Yeah.
What else is there to say?
Yeah. He kind of, like, it does really feel like he almost just zombied his way to 4th in the world, right? Like, there was no real, I guess, the wave pool. He was head and shoulders above everyone, but for the rest of the year, like, there's no real moments that I go, oh, like, Italo had a really good event there. He just seemed to just plod along, keep registering sort of high, like, getting further into the events than other guys, and finishes with a 4th in the world. He went on to lose to Griffin Colapinto in the final 5, which ended up making him 4th place. But
what do you think his baby's name's gonna be? It's gonna be something fucking weird. $10 right now. Be like Lightning Bolt.
Lightning Bolt.
It's gonna be called Baby Bull.
Baby Bull.
Baby Red
I
Bull.
was trying to think of like a spin on words of Red Bull. Red calf.
What about just Bull? Hey,
Calf.
Bull.
Just calf. Baby cow.
Astronomical.
But yeah, he in my opinion had a really good year. So
Great year.
excelled. 3rd place, Geordie Smith.
My fucking God, mate.
You saw this coming.
Never saw this coming.
Nah.
If you saw this coming, you have a crystal ball or you're South African. There's no other ifs or buts.
Yeah. This is like getting on Bitcoin in 2006, and if you jumped on him to win the top or finish top 5 at the start of this year,
18 years in.
It's crazy.
18 years in, and that's probably his best finish.
It'd be potentially has had a runner up, but like
fuck, I don't think so.
It'd be right up there with his top. Again, we can't really sort of fact check, or you might be able to. I don't have internet over here. But his stats are interesting because obviously we said Italo Ferreira had 25 heat wins this year and a 13.25 average heat total. Geordie Smith only had 22 heat wins, which is 3 less, and had over a point less as his average heat total, 12.2. The reason being, like, him finishing so high is that he had 2 first places, which is massive in the grand scale of things. He had El Salvador and Margs took the cake there, and filled in the gaps quite nicely in between. Had a scattering of sort of 5th places, which just cemented him in that final 5. Did you find anything?
I did.
What did you find?
Twice. This is his 3rd time being runner-up. Not runner-up, so 3rd.
3rd place.
No, sorry, I lied. I'm off my chops. I've had 1.5 yearlies, and I'm clearly bark-eyed. 2010 runner-up, 2016 runner-up.
Yeah. So he's had a couple runner-ups. This is a 3rd place finish for him, which I think it's hard to remember because when they update the final results, they just do it based on the final surf-off. So Griffin actually came 4th or 5th, but he actually came 2nd in the world. So
yes, correct.
But he finished either 2nd or 3rd after the regular season. I believe it was 2nd actually in the regular season. So he
so equal, somewhat you would say, equal result to his best.
Realistically. So always the bridesmaid seems to be for Geordie, never the bride. But look,
he can do it.
Not now.
No,
this was his chance. This was his chance.
I don't wish for it, obviously. I wish for the best for everyone, but it'd be semi-poetic to see a post around New Year's Eve. Hey guys, it's been great.
I'm done.
Well,
I don't think it's coming because he put a post up the other day going, like, this is really stinging, and he's like, that's how I know, like, I still want it, essentially. It was like, it's good that it still stings. So I reckon he's going around again next year.
Maybe he's just getting fucking repeatedly bitten by a wasp or something. But yeah, I'd just love to see him bow out and say thanks. This has
Yeah.
been great.
Yeah.
And then everyone on the O'Neill team goes, "Oh, thank fuck! I couldn't get off the cans of beans."
Yeah.
Because he would be mowing down most of that budget.
He'd be taking up a lot of that team budget for sure.
No doubt.
He, in fairness to Geordie though, like if he has another year like he did this year, which I don't think he will, but next year's setup suits him far better because
Yeah. Well, he would have got second.
yeah, you know what I mean. So we'll see. But 8th place finish in 2024, so he improves fairly significantly on that.
Yep.
Up into second or third place. And I've written down excelled, and I don't really think you can put anything else on his name.
Well, I put pass,
put pass.
but I again didn't know that we had any other choices, so I'll put excelled.
Yes. Now, second place in the world this year, Griffin Colapinto. 24 heat wins, 13.78 average heat total, which is actually the first best in the world this year. He had the highest average heat score out of everyone on tour, and nearly 0.5 higher than next best, which is huge. He had 4 second places, which is crazy. So he had Margie's, he had Rio, he had Chopes, and then he also got second in the final surf off. So a really good year for Griffin. Although when doing this, I went back through his scores or his results from earlier in the year, and it's a tough read. So he went event one at Pipe, 17th place, throwaway, gone. Second event at Abu Dhabi, he had a 9th. Then went to event 3, 17th. Event 4, 17th. Event 5 at Bells. No, he actually did alright here. He got 3rd.
Oh, sorry, take back the.
Yeah. Then at stop 6, Gold Coast, 17th. Yeah, thank you. Then we get to Margie's, which is the final stop before the cutoff.
I know that this is not a because far out he did something astronomical.
So I don't know what
They
happened.
did 2 things in that event astronomical.
Yeah. And I don't know what happened to him this year at around Margaret River time, but something, I reckon he went to the jungles of the Amazon and did maybe an ayahuasca trip or something.
Mm-mm.
What do you think?
He went to a vineyard in Western Australia and just wrapped his lips around a beautiful Sauvignon Blanc and just went, fuck, life's good.
Did
And then just went, fuck yeah,
a red wine enema.
West is best. Just,
Well, I'm leaning more towards the Amazonian jungle ayahuasca trip. I like to think that's what happened. And
it's definitely creatine.
well, how are you going, mate? Because you're on the create. Have you noticed any dramatic improvement?
Well, as you put on fucking social media, Finley, you put me wearing a medium shirt, which I don't usually wear, okay? I usually wear an XL.
You had a mid.
So my little gut was hanging out, and you took full opportunity to name and expose me on the internet with my beer gut looking like a fucking crop top. I look like a gymnastics kid when you drop them off and then you leave it in the air, and they look like, oh, fuck.
That was just inaudible for everyone trying to listen. No one has any idea what you're saying, but he's not happy. To be fair, it wasn't me. It was one of the members of the late afternoon.
I love that one of our members in our Facebook group actually, did that.
Yeah.
If when it's just you, it's like a bit of a personal attack. But
No, that was a.
I'm happy to get my beer gut out for the media.
Absolutely. So again, if you're not in it, jump in the late afternoon gas off Facebook community page. It's building. It's not pumping just yet, but the more people we get, the more entertaining it'll get for everyone. So
Jump in there and you'll see my beer gut.
Anyway,
That's a very good selling point, is it?
No, it is. I think everyone wants to see that. But so we get to Griffin's ayahuasca trip. He goes second place at Mark's.
Yep.
Then he goes third place at the 8th stop, which is Trestles. Then he goes second place at the 9th stop at Rio.
Here it comes.
Then he goes third place at the 10th stop at J-Bay, and then he goes second place again at Chopes in the final stop. So he goes second, third to finish the year. So that to me points to one thing, and that's an ayahuasca trip.
He's just cashing in big time.
The money he would have made this year, and you could probably pull that up to be honest, but he would have done very well back end of this year. But the 13.78 heat total average, I was like, surely that is elevated by the astronomical run he went on at the end of the year. So I went through and calculated his average heat total for the first half of the year, which took me quite some time. It actually wasn't that far off it. It was about a point less. So for me, what that means is he's averaged a point less in the first half and a point more in the second half, which is averaged out at 13.78. But it wasn't terrible, and it didn't actually dictate where he was in the rankings at the time. He just was getting really high heat scores and losing. So for him, still registering that higher heat average score, but just falling short in heats where other guys are having careeries against him. So a very, very elite average heat total for that year. Have you found out how much money he made?
I think it's Chat GPT thinks I'm talking about another Griffin Colapinto because it says that he made $500,000.
It's probably about right
That
because
sounds about right, which I thought, oh, cool. Another source, Moon Children Films,
Mhm.
which, are you familiar with that?
I'm not.
No. He made money off that, which I don't think he was.
Moon Children Films. Let's brush over that one quickly.
And then a significantly higher but older figure comes from celebritybirthdays.com, which he net worth $5 million.
Okay, that's definitely not that one.
Yeah. So thanks, Chat GPT. So
But-
handy.
The thing he did well, mind you, was getting all these really high results in the back half of the year where you actually get an additional 10 to 20, like 20K or whatever for a second place.
True.
Like obviously at first you get 100K. I think second place is about 80.
Yep.
And he got 2 after the cut, that's 160 US right there. And then he also had one before the cut, which is like another, I don't know, 60 to 70K. So all in all, probably, yeah, I reckon you'd be getting pretty close to that 400K mark for the total earnings for this year, which is very, very good salary no matter who you are. So he's living sweet.
Not if you're Ronaldo. He
Well-
probably farts that.
He would get that a week probably.
I think it'd be more like a game.
Yeah, probably. So
Anyway,
Griffin Colapinto finishes second place. Really hard one for me to evaluate here, and was on par with Robbo, but maybe even harder. I've given him a pass, which seems
oh mate, leave the pass for me.
it seems stupid, but that first half of the year was horrific. So I like
Isn't that like inspirational though?
It's
Doesn't that
inspirational, but
fucking get you half chub.
I'm looking. No, not really. I'm looking at the full picture here. I'm looking at the entire season, and to have a really poor start and a really good finish, you average 2 outs, a pass. You know what I mean?
Wise words from the 187th finisher of the QS2 2022.
That's actually hurting myself. Like the 0.00 average.
Well, it's clearly not right.
Something wrong there. I'd like to think that that's a bit higher, but anyway, pass mark for me. I'm assuming you've gone pass as well because that's
Pass.
yeah, nice. Then we get to the creme de la creme,
The dog.
the dog.
The biggest
Who
dog of the year.
Has become affectionately known as Largo Dora. That's what everyone's calling him.
For us? For me?
Yeah. So Largo Dora,
Why?
that's what I'm calling him.
I was going to say, I don't think I've been like conscious and awake for the last 2 weeks of his winnings, and I've never heard of it, but it has been coined here first, Largo Dora, because we didn't get him on the podcast.
No, he's Largo Dora because I tipped him to win the title. There you
okay.
go. We'll run with that.
Yep.
As expected, the most heat wins from this year, 26. Only one more than Idolo in fourth place, but 26 nonetheless. 12.59 average heat total.
That is low.
Low, 8th best in the
Yep.
world. So read into that what you will. That obviously just means he's gotten through some heats with lower heat totals than maybe he normally would need to. Maybe come up against someone who's had a shocker and he's only had to get 10 or 11 points to get past him.
Yep.
In the end, 3 first places, so Portugal, Trestles, and the world title.
The most important one.
The most important one. Didn't he well, you can't do any better than what he's done this year. So he did improve.
Yep.
Got a 6th place last year on tour. So all the signs were there really. Just missing out on the final surf off last year and then going, okay, I'm here and gets the job done this year. There's no other real mark to give him here, but a mark of excel, I think.
Yeah. Yep. There's It's been talked about since the cows have come home. Just his year, he looked so different. We mentioned it earlier in this podcast. He just looked like he had that fire and desire to win rather than just free surf on the tour.
Yeah.
I think that's been his kind of forte for the last, what's he been on tour for? Nearly 5 years, 6 years maybe.
He's been doing it for a little bit for sure.
And that's been what he's been dubbed as, is like the free surfer of the tour, the skater, surfer, just rips, making video parts, but never really pushing the envelope when it comes to being at the 20 end of the rankings. Must have pipped him off because he's right there now and proven everyone wrong. So I really do like when the yellow jersey wins, because it's a bit of a daylight robbery if they don't. So
yeah,
such a commanding win throughout the season too. So good on Yago Dora. So sick to see all the videos coming out of Brazil of him getting the police escort through town. Just really feels like the people's win there.
Yeah.
Like, maybe not as big as Medina or Italo or...
Well, I don't think they care, man. I think they just go, Brazil, he's a world champion, we're going to embrace him. And that seems like that's what they're doing. But yeah, that's our top 22 men's. Now, we discussed this before. We were going to do the ladies, but there's only 10 of them. And to be fair, like we had a flick through. Everyone really, like the bottom 5 of that top 10, we're getting pass marks, and the top 5 are pretty well getting excel because they all did very well. So we didn't think we needed to go into too much detail there. Obviously, Picklin takes out the final 5, and there was no one really better to do that this year. She gets all the praise necessary that she needs. Like, it was an amazing result. And yeah, we didn't really feel the need to go too heavily into that. Next year, there'll be more surfers, and we'll have more of a field to look at, and also a different setup. So we'll obviously do more detail next year. The only thing I do want to touch on before we leave you is that the ISA Worlds are on in El Salvador right now.
Great, because there's one more thing I want to touch on, and it kind of talks to that. Continue.
Yes. Well, do you want to go into your thing? Because mine's just a bit of a props to a few people that are over there.
Well, I think the props will lead very well into the Surfer of the Week.
I highly doubt they will. But I'll do my props. So at the moment, ISA World Games are going on in El Salvador.
Correct.
Possibly one of the funnest looking waves I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're scoring.
It is pumping. Looks like trestles, but on steroids. Lefts, rights, just so sick. And there's one particular team other than Australia that are over there right now. It's the Vanuatu crew. They've gone over.
Oh, the lads.
So sick. So you got Manoa, Sasha, and Roger over there right now. 3 of the boys, and they're ripping. The Manoa and Roger fell out of the draw, unfortunately, I think this morning. But Sasha is still charging through the rapid charge, so they will be on his back riding him home. And so cool to see those lads, because there's not many, you don't get many opportunities living in the Pacific Islands. It's tough. You get amazing waves, but in terms of competitions and even to get equipment is really quite difficult. So for those guys, and Roger especially too, he's one of the local crew. For him to be there, that's so massive. So well done to those guys. It was sick.
That's a great shout, honestly. Really stoked that you said that, because it's good to see those smaller nations get a chance to elevate themselves.
Absolutely.
I will say, just on the ISA Opens team, this is the Opens. There's obviously ISA Juniors, and then there's ISA Opens. This is the best Opens team I think I've seen in quite some time. There's been years where it's like fucking board riders, like pretty much board riders. They've just been scraping the tin. There's been years, like the previous years with the Olympics, there's been a lot of, it's one of the qualifiers. You must go surf at the ISA. If you're not familiar with ISA, International Surfing Association, it's like the Timu version of WSL, in my opinion. Which now has implications with Olympics. So that's how that's all come about. But this year we've got Sally Fitzgibbons, Ellie Harrison, Callum Robson, Miller Brown, Morgan Siblick, and Dane Henry. That's a fucking belter of a team.
If we don't get, like, in each division, first and second, I'll be pretty shocked on those teams. There's some really good surfers over there, but for those guys to be, for our team to be made up of those, maybe not first and second, but I'd be expecting at least two of them to be in the semi-finals for sure.
It's a little strange that Sally's in it, because she is the 2IC of ISA.
Right.
Is that a little like? Could they have picked anyone else?
Well, maybe she picked herself.
That's what I'm saying. Like you almost have to sub yourself out
Yeah.
to.
Maybe that's why she's doing it, because she knows she's got a cheat code to surfing.
Yeah,
events for the
that
rest of
part
her
didn't
life.
like me, but just want to run through some countries that are surfing it because you mentioned Vanuatu. A lot of people probably thinking didn't even know, but Angola
Mhm.
are there. We've got China, which is kind of normal. Czech Republic wouldn't have picked. Finland, didn't know they surfed. Greece, there is no waves in Greece unless you're kiteboarding, so that's a bit strange.
Yeah.
Then you've got Jamaica. Jamaica actually does have good waves.
Mhm.
Latvia, don't think there's waves in Latvia. But anyway, let's see who's surfing. It's one lady, just the one, Santa Viveria. That's
Shout out to you, Santa.
yeah, that's Sanfa.
Or Sanfa.
Sanfa. But yeah, a lot of pretty long lists. Saudi Arabia,
How's the
Slovakia.
setup as well with the actual draw itself? Like, if you lose your first heat, you have to surf through like 10 repechage heats to get back into the main draw. And then you get to your next heat. And if you lose that, you got to go through another, like, I don't even know how many repechage heats to get through back into like the quarters or the semis or whatever. It's ridiculous.
Oh, I'm just having a look in that Instagram cringy as fuck kid Luke Gonaldo's in the US team.
Yes, he is.
Wow.
He posted a TikTok about that, actually.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
But yes, my surfer of the week was Cal Robson. And I'm not sure if you saw that. He fucking belted that lip.
Robbo was going freaking so hard into the lip day. It was really, really
Murdered.
impressive.
Someone was murdered, and it was the wave. So yeah, surfer of the week this week was our good mate Cal Robson.
Absolutely. No, good on you, Cal, and then fingers crossed you can go all the way. Cause
Bring it home, mate. Bring it home because yeah, I'm just looking through some of these teams, and there's a lot of nobodies. So hopefully we get the W there. I'm just gonna look at
And this is like a
Brazil.
good, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is for someone like Cal who's currently not on tour, but this is a really good chance for him to actually get into the Olympics, because I believe if you win, your country gets an extra spot.
Extra spot. So the usual is 3 spots.
Yeah.
You get a 4th.
So you'd hope in this circumstance that Cal would hold on to that spot. I know they can. There's something there where they can actually provide that wild card to another person. It doesn't actually technically go to the winner, but you'd be pretty hard done by if you're Cal if they don't give that wild card to you.
There is rumours circulating that it may lose its ties to the Olympics.
Ooh, okay.
Other sports have moved away from similar bodies that are specific to their sport.
Yeah.
So yeah, watch that space. If so, it could be the death of ISA because that's kind of its only selling point, in my opinion, to get these big names in.
For sure. Well, that's it. That's the only reason they're there. No one's taken a little side trip to El Salvador middle of the year, especially these Challenger Series guys, for nothing, you know.
So yeah, if you want to watch along, I think they're up to round 4 at the moment.
Means absolutely nothing to me, mate, because there is 157 rounds. So
There is, yes, repechage. Fun fact though, Dean Bowen knocked out first heat, goes into the repechage, wins every heat after, gets back into the main event, wins the event.
really,
He won through the repos.
there you go. So you can do it, but they make it bloody hard on you.
They do. Arguably though, the repos are probably harder sometimes.
Well, because especially later in the draw, you end up with guys that have progressed through heats, and then they are back in the main round, and then they do like a second lot of repechages. So everyone in that back half are ripping, and then the more you funnel it through, the better the surfers get, and then you end up getting to like your final repechage heat, and it's pretty much a final.
Yeah.
Like, there's just better and better guys each time making heats. So yeah, if you can do that, you definitely deserve the win. But
The year I went, the repos had like Kanoa and Leo in it. And everyone was looking at the main draw going, what the fuck? Who are these people?
yeah.
And then the repo heats were insanely hard. So yeah, pretty strange.
Yeah. But yeah, that's us.
I think that's us, mate.
It's nearly our longest. What's our longest? Me and you, not our longest guest one, but yeah, we got through that one. We were going to break it up over 2, but we thought, why not just do one big one?
My ass is numb. We need to get better chairs.
Yeah, we do.
Someone pay for our chairs, please, because my ass has gone to sleep.
Super A-Mart, hit us up.
Yep.
We'd love some furniture. But yeah, thanks again for listening, guys, and we'll see you next week with. We're not sure yet, but there's potentially something in the works with an episode that we're thinking about. So we'll get onto that, and it could be funny.
Wow, if they put two and two together, they get a lottery win because you gave them nothing to go off.
There's nothing, but you got to create a bit of excitement, a bit of interest. So, you'll see something advertised on our Instagram this week, and we'll go from there. But thanks for listening. Merch coming soon. Keep your eyes and ears open, and we will make it very, very clear when it's available on our socials. So, keep an eye out and
Blast it.
join the Late Afternoon Gas Off on Facebook. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next week.
See you later. Bye.